Meredith Gorman here in the PNC Bank Sports Corner with Doug Kyde. And Doug, we've got a lot to talk about today regarding the Patriots wide receiver situation. A lot of moving parts, a lot of unknowns this offseason, but what kind of moves do you see the Patriots making?
Yeah, Meredith, I think they're going to make some splash moves at this position, either via trade, free agency, or the draft. They just don't have enough there at this point right now. You're talking about Julian Edelman, Jacoby Myers, N'Keal Harry, Marquise Lee, Gunnar Olszewski actually on the roster. They also signed some guys to future deals, but they really need to upgrade that position, and they haven't done enough to do that over the last couple of years. I think that's why Tom Brady struggled a little bit by his standards in 2019, and it could be one of the reasons why Cam Newton played as poorly as he did last season as well.
Now, NFL free agency is right around the corner. Do any particular free agent wide receiver names stand out to you?
I think the Patriots should be in on anyone and everyone right now. There are some really good wide receivers potentially hitting free agency, like Chris Godwin, Allen Robinson, Kenny Galladay, Juju Smith-Schuster, Will Fuller. If any of those guys become available, if they're not franchised, I think the Patriots should try to sign them. One guy who has been mentioned with the Patriots quite a bit is Panthers free agent Curtis Samuel. He's an interesting option because he can play out of the backfield, he can play in the slot, he can play outside. But say the Patriots do add Samuel, I think that they would then have to make another move as well, like I said, either via trade or free agency, just to guarantee that they're giving that position a major upgrade.
Okay, and last question. The people want to know, is Julian Edelman going to be back in New England next season, or do you see him going down to Tampa Bay and joining his friends Tom Brady and Gronk?
I think he should be. I mean, he only has a cap hit of about $6 million. Who knows if he can stay healthy in 2021? He didn't in 2020. He did a much better job of that in 2019. But that's really not that much money for a wide receiver of Julian Edelman's caliber. A guy like Curtis Samuel, the one that I just mentioned, he might make something like $12 million on the open market. So if you can bring back Julian Edelman, who could still potentially be a 1,000-yard receiver for $6 million, I think it's a no-brainer for the Patriots. So they should do everything they can to make sure that he comes back.
PNC Bank, helping to make banking easier.